Let's review the company setup screen. Go to Setup Utilities, Company Setup, and on the first screen that comes up here is where you would enter your registered company information, your registration information on the right-hand side for registering the software. There's also an Options tab, and here at the top left, if you have any of the add-in modules, you can unlock those modules. There's some security and permission settings, credits and payments information, how those get applied, that type of thing. On the right-hand side here, you can select whether your billing increment is in quarter hours, tenths of an hour, or hundredths of an hour. There's some other options here if you want to use military time on the time entry. Several options here for how you want behavior of the program. If you want to search by ID instead of name, an activate spell check button if you want to auto spell check time entries. Several options here. I do have set service charge on for new clients. On the right hand side here, I do have also show next ID button so that I can let the program auto create client IDs for me. And I'm going to set the use client ID for group ID by default if I don't specify a group ID. And I also have it set to use the enhanced due date system from client contact screen if I have the due date and workflow management modules. There's some other options here for how engagements are handled, and you can change some of the color scheme in the program here if you want to. There is a tab here for lookup list. And here, the main things here at the bottom left are expense types. You can specify expense types here. If you had, a good example here would be like if you had copy services, and I could set up CPY for copy, and maybe I charge a fee of 25 cents per copy. And now when I enter that expense type, it will ask me for the quantity and it will calculate the extension for me automatically. The other main thing that you're going to use on this screen is in the center top here. There's other choose table. There's quite a few tables here that you can get to. A good example would be address descriptions. And here are the ones that are in the program by default. Maybe I have a practice that's near a lake. I have a lot of clients that have lake houses, so I need lake house as one of the types. I can add that to the list there. And again, there's quite a few you can get to here. Would review, payment types, that type thing. I would suggest that you review this. Also on the client setup screen, there's some user-defined fields. These are the names that are given to those by default. You can modify those here, and that's on the more contact information screen from the client setup. There's also closing counters. This is really used for tech support if you've got them on the line. Rate templates here. You can set up rate templates here and assign them to clients. Templates can be either client rate templates for all work codes. A good example would be I've got a client that I charge a flat fee regardless of the type of work they're doing for him. Work code rate templates, and that will allow me to specify by work code what rate gets charged for all clients. And there's also a combination of that where I have client and work code templates that allows me to set up templates that are for specific work codes for specific clients or client groups too. And the templates can be set up here. I'm going to close that. Record locking, again, is for technical support. Credit cards, email attachments. If you're using GoToBilling for credit card processing through Imagine Time, you put in your GoToBilling account information here, and here that gets used for processing credit cards in the program. Also at the bottom here of the screen, you can select a path where your PDFs get saved if you're emailing invoices and statements to clients. One other thing I will mention on the company info screen is that there is an option here to import client setup data. And that gets you to this screen. Actually, from this screen, if you'll hit F1 on your keyboard, it'll get you into the help about this screen. Basically, what it will do is build a blank Excel spreadsheet for you. You can populate that spreadsheet with your client information, then read it into the database. So it can save you a lot of typing time. But basic name, address, phone number, AR balance, WHIP balance, expense balance, that type of thing can be imported through that. And like I said, there's very detailed descriptions in the help menu. Anywhere in the program, hit the F1 key for help about the screen that you're currently on. But that covers the setup of the company information and your basic options. So we're going to close that now.